Thank you, and I'm going to do my best to be brief. Commencing our operations in Papua New Guinea in 2007, High Arctic has been working in Papua New Guinea and alongside and with all of the companies that have presented here this afternoon, and it's my pleasure to wrap up the session following them. We believe that after 16 years of operation in Papua New Guinea, we have something to share about how we have learned and what we think, the way in which we do things that helps our customers to realise their objectives in unlocking Papua New Guinean resources. In today's world, with incredible access to information through the internet and social media, people can have exposure to and access to know a lot about everything or anything, but you still don't really understand the nuances of anything without experience. We believe that unlocking PNG resources is not just about technology, not just about infrastructure, but it's about a modern approach to local involvement and supply chain management. This, we believe, has become our expertise and has enabled us to deliver some world-leading performance in one of the world's most challenging locations. Most people would identify us at High Arctic as being the preeminent PNG-focused oil and gas drilling contractor. Our can-do attitude saw us secure a contract to oversee the commissioning, delivery and operation of new rigs, Rig 103 and 104 in 2008. They were unique at their time because of the state-of-the-art electric drives and PLC-controlled offshore-style cyber chair drilling. We continue to operate Rig 103 today for Santos, following their merger with Oil Search a few years ago. In 2014, we sourced more versatile rigs to meet a growing demand for remote exploration drilling in Papua New Guinea. The result was the procurement, upgrade and delivery of rigs 115 and 116. Crucially, these rigs shared the same AC electric drive and cyber chair drilling technology that had been fundamental to drilling success in Papua New Guinea before. At the same time, recognising our obligations to create employment opportunities in local communities, all of our rigs retain a significant amount of meaningful crew work, with automation targeting reliability and efficiency improvement over worker displacement. At the beginning of 2015, there were 7 rigs working in Papua New Guinea, with High Arctic operating 2 of them. Between 2016 and 2022, High Arctic was the only active drilling contractor in Papua New Guinea. But it's fair to say that today, activity levels for exploration and appraisal drilling, well workover and well abandonment activity is at the lowest levels we've seen since we first arrived. This low activity is troubling for the nascent dedicated PNG services industry as we contemplate a substantive upswing in activity for major projects in the years coming to the latter part of the decade. Our business in PNG is not just about drilling technology, it's also about identifying other needs and preparing ourselves to be a supplier of solutions. In 2009, we imported the first high-density polyethylene rugged worksite mats into Papua New Guinea. They were an instant success, eliminating lost time due to bogged vehicles, material handling, plant and stuck people. The oil and gas industry has adopted the uptake in PNG to the point where, at our peak, we had over 10,000 mats under rental. The mats are a great but simple example of the solutions-focused attitude that has seen High Arctic succeed in a place where many others have failed. We've assembled a large array of rental equipment, modified or designed to deploy efficiently under a helicopter or via other limited transportation methods. This year, we have added the provision of certified safety training, competency verification and equipment licensing services. We have long provided these in-house, but in the COVID period, we found these services in demand from our customers and their other contractors. So too, we found demand for the skills of our people away from our core service offerings. We have been building capacity of PIMS, PNG Industry Manpower Solutions, to provide skilled and semi-skilled labour, trades, qualified personnel and professionals in Papua New Guinea. We've aligned our training programs to the Australian training framework and obtained licences for delivery in Papua New Guinea. We're excited to be playing a significant role in preparing PNG citizens to be job ready for the major increase in site-based workers that will be needed for the LNG plants, pipelines, electrical distribution infrastructure, and other projects over the tail end of this decade and beyond. Having provided some insight into High Arctic, I'd like to talk about supply chain management and its criticality to project success in Papua New Guinea. And to do so, I want to draw an analogy to the shale boom in the United States. In 2015, Asian LNG and North American shale gas were each approximately 22 BCF a day. And the US was a net gas importer. Today, the US is the largest exporter of LNG in the world. Its gas exports lifted from 0 in 2015 to 8 BCF a day at the onset of COVID. In PNG, there have been no new wells drilled since the end of 2019 until earlier this year. In that same period, the United States gas exports grew to 12 BCF a day. Shale gas technology changed the supply chain for gas globally. Last winter, we saw an energy crisis unfolding in Europe, and the market response led to a redefinition of the LNG supply chain across the globe. The US became the primary supplier to Europe and grew its export capacity further to over 15 BCF a day. Market response isn't simple because the energy supply chain is long and complex. PNG has excelled in the past, being ahead of countries like the USA in identifying LNG export opportunity and navigating the challenges to make it a reality. But people are depending upon us in PNG and globally. PNG needs to excel again and help global markets in another energy crisis period. Today, countries that were not long ago considering energy export opportunities have become potential importers, as energy demand growth has outpaced government and industry, and I think that we're meeting here in one of those countries. This has not been helped by some countries changing policy on their own fossil fuel development and the re-emergence of energy security as a paramount consideration. But this has also created an opportunity for countries with gas, and particularly countries that have the appetite to export and the political will to realise it. And we here in Papua New Guinea have the world's top energy companies involved. We have local landowners and we have customers and contractors willing to participate too. With the right support, technology, infrastructure and supply chain management approach, they have the know-how and the expertise to enable them to succeed. LNG supply begins life as an exploration prospect. The nature of the technical work required to assess and transform a prospect into a resource is always complicated and challenging. And in Papua New Guinea, getting to the location is a substantive challenge by itself. Drillers and engineers all know how the loss of well control can lead to a well blowout and can cause costs to blow out as well. In PNG, the loss of project control can do the same thing, and it's a lot easier to happen. The jungle environment can be murder on the reliability of otherwise high-quality materials. And there is a lack of local support infrastructure that places like the USA shale gas industry take for granted. The want of a seemingly small and insignificant part can bring a multi-million-dollar worksite to a halt and result in extended periods of very expensive lost progress. Some of you may be recalling right now some projects that come to mind and which led to some very globally recognised participants pulling out of Papua New Guinea. High Arctic learned to meet the challenges presented in PNG by taking a modern entrepreneurial approach to two areas. The first was to focus on quality to achieve safety as an outcome. The second was to set aspirational goals for the advancement of our PNG citizen employees to align our mutual success. Competent personnel, following proven processes, using bespoke equipment and materials from a large inventory kept locally. Our view was, if it's done right the first time, it's safe and reliable every time. This attitude has given us a world's best safety record with our over 80% PNG citizen workforce and a reduction in loss of project control on jobs in Papua New Guinea. Many decades ago, the automobile industry learned a supply chain model that endures through to today. High Arctic takes the same approach with our customers, we seek alignment and long-term relationships. Our commitment to PNG as a market means we don't need to maximise any particular single job or contract. For just one example, we were able to keep frontline operational workers in the field during the tightest COVID travel restrictions, keeping our customers' essential operations running, but we were losing money. If it was just about a contract to us, the financial logic would have said to shut down, stranding our clients and our citizen workforce. Procurement, it's the act of finding, buying goods, services or works from an external source, often done by tendering or competitive bidding process. It's a purely transactional deal-by-deal approach. But at its core, supply chain management is the act of overseeing and managing a supply chain to ensure it is operating as efficiently as possible. That means ensuring suppliers are aligned in improving quality and focusing on reducing costs. In a world increasingly concerned about ESG, this modern supply chain management approach also improves control over governance and management of desired environmental and social outcomes as well. A problem of the traditional procurement model is that short-term contracts do not allow for the investment in long-term training and management opportunities for local workers. No matter where we've done oil and gas development around the world, when people of an area see value being made under their feet, they rightfully expect to be involved. We've never seen success anywhere where locals were not respectfully included. A long-term approach helps us meet our clients' local benefits goals and objectives. And the proof is in the pudding, as they say. In 2015, we changed our model to focus on quality and the development of our local workforce. And as a result, we changed safety to an outcome. Our results are world-leading in a very challenging place. We've over 7 years and over 3.5 million man-hours of recordable incident-free work to date. We have achieved employee buy-in into the way that we work and lifted literacy along the way, resulting in advancement of personnel. And we have often prevented loss of project control, saving our clients enormous time and money along the way. We are committed to the long term in PNG, its citizens, and we kept our clients working through the COVID crisis with a trained local workforce and at a loss to us. Few companies have made the long-term commitment to the social development of PNG citizens and maintaining ESG standards. We have. We think this is key to unlocking PNG resources. We want to collaborate and solve problems for our clients, to create long-term trusted and effective supply chain relationships. We think this is key to investment in the right technologies needed for PNG. We think our results are speaking for themselves, and we hope to be a key supply chain partner in unlocking PNG resources for a long time into the future. I'd like to leave you with a handful of meaningful accomplishments of High Arctic in PNG. We are now on our 93rd well in Papua New Guinea. We've disassembled, moved and reassembled over 600,000 tonnes of equipment to reliably operate in the most remote of locations. We've conducted nearly 10 million hours of work and are currently on a run of nearly 3.6 million man-hours since our last injury of any note. We were the contractor that said it was unacceptable that our PNG citizen workforce did not live in camp with our expatriate specialists, and we've brought women forward into prominent technical and managerial roles. We introduced solutions that have made a significant and lasting improvement on the productivity in remote and difficult places, and we are now set up to provide commercial solutions to the development of future workers that could be helping your businesses. We are High Arctic. Thank you.